It's the official podcast, episode 359. Our detractors said it wouldn't happen, but yet here we are, in the flesh, still recording to this day. We're bunkered down in our little hidey holes. They won't get to us, we promise. This will go on for as long as we're able to keep the lights on. There's some stuff that's been happening this way. Actually, no, I forgot to introduce my co-host. That's very important. You've never heard of them. There's Andrew. Andrew's here. Say hello, Andrew.
Hey.
And then there's Charlie and Kaya.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Hey, Kaya. So what's going on this week, guys? Anything huge? I know there is some huge stuff.
You were about to start with a topic, and then you stopped yourself. What were you about to go with?
I was going to go with the Sniperwolf drama. I don't know if that's too late to the party, but I feel like things on the internet,
It's definitely not.
I get like self-conscious about topics because I know I want to talk about them. I think they're still interesting.
I like your topics, Jackson.
As soon as it's 48 hours, like the news cycle just moves on, and I feel like I've been left in the dust a bit. And that's getting faster and faster, by the way. People don't hang on topics for nearly as long as they used to, and that keeps escalating.
I'm of the opinion we shouldn't care about that at all, and we should talk about what we're interested in, because when we're interested, the show is better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Are you interested in this, Andrew?
This particular happenstance? Yeah, I guess. We all know that on the show, I'm the least interested in like drama and stuff, but it's fine. If you want to talk about it, I like when Jackson's interested.
This situation escalates beyond just like general YouTube drama, though. YouTube drama.
So maybe, Jackson, you can give me a rundown of how so, because all I've seen is Jacksfilms tweets on it. That's really realistically all I know.
Well, I think you're all caught up then.
Okay.
Basically, there's some beef that's existed for a little while, internet beef between Jacksfilms, a popular YouTube. Jesus Christ! The bonus last night when we discovered that I say YouTube instead of YouTube. Now every time I say it, like my brain snaps.
Jackson, do me a favor. I was thinking about that yesterday. Say Tuesday.
I'm too in my head now though. It's not going to be natural. Tuesday.
Do you normally say Tuesday?
Yeah, realistically, I usually say Tuesday.
Can you say Tuesday tube?
Tuesday tube.
Why is that normal?
That sounded good.
Yeah.
Because like you got to do it off the show or something. You got to do it when I least suspect it. Like jump scare me with it, so it's natural. Because if I think about it for more than a second, I'm able to just say Tuesday.
You've been practicing this in the mirror since yesterday, haven't you?
It takes concentrated effort to change, but I'm able to. So Jacksfilms.
You don't have to change.
Jacksfilms is a popular YouTube creator, has been for like a decade.
Is he also popular on YouTube?
Yeah, he's big on YouTube as well. Mm-hmm. One of the biggest on YouTube. He's got a lot of YouTube subscribers.
Right.
So he's been going after another YouTube creator named Sniperwolf, who's also like a super old person on the platform, right, Charlie? I feel like you know the most about YouTube history.
I mean, yeah. She's been around for a very long time.
Yeah. Who's been around longer?
Jacksfilms.
Jacksfilms is like original, right? Like one of the first big ones around.
He's been around for almost as long as I have. He's been around for like 17 years on the platform.
Yeah, and then Sniperwolf. So correct me if I'm wrong. If Sniperwolf has been there a long time, has she only gotten really popular in the last few years?
Nope.
No?
She's been popular all the way since the Call of Duty days.
Wow. Damn, okay.
Yeah.
See, this is the stuff I didn't know. This is the stuff I don't follow. This is why we need to talk about this stuff so the audience can learn.
Well, I think the audience knows more than us.
Fuck me
probably.
then, I guess.
What made Sniperwolf popular? What kind of content did she do? I don't know much about her early days.
Woman gaming videos.
Videos.
Yeah, just good-looking girl playing video games pretty well.
Right. Okay. That whole shtick.
Well, back on early YouTube, that was actually like an accomplishment. Like, oh, you're a woman doing this. Oh,
yeah,
good
that was
for
very
you.
rare.
Yeah, remember when it was like not as popular for women to play video games, and now it's more popular.
Go
for them
home,
to play
gamer girl. All that kind of. Obviously that what was the CSI episode was a joke, but that was still early internet culture. Mid 2000s was very much women don't play video games, and it's all for attention.
It was also like gamer dudes didn't want women playing video games. They
still don't. There's so many fucking weirdos that have such a huge stink about it.
Nothing's changed. Let's be honest.
Why would you want to exclude women from video games? It seems like such a virgin energy. Like, this is just a boys' club.
I mean, yeah.
It's
just fucking weirdos.
Yeah. Anyway, so she's a super popular streamer, a YouTuber, and so her content format in the last few years has pivoted, I think, to reaction content. And as we all know, reaction content in general on YouTube and Twitch is in a bit of a murky place at the moment. People are kind of figuring out that, hey, maybe it's not ethically the best kind of thing when you're stealing content from other creators and then putting it on your own platform without, creatively changing it. And that is definitely the case here with Sniperwolf. Her entire channel is basically reaction videos with her static expression, just making goofy input maybe once every 3 minutes. It is literally just her watching other people's videos.
Don't give her more credit as well, because some of her clips and parts of her videos are just flat out stolen TikToks.
Oh yeah.
Like she doesn't even react at all. She's not even on screen. She just posts people's clips without their permission. I know that was a big part of it.
It's also not good. I think Jacksfilms went into this a little bit because he's been documenting it and kind of critiquing it for the last 6 months or so. He kind of went into it a bit where it's not even reaction content really, because she's scripting it. She's very clearly watched the videos beforehand, knows exactly what happens, and she's wrote her own script for what she wants to happen, and it's still creatively bankrupt.
That sounds like way more efforts than just reacting to
I don't think she's scripting it. I'm pretty sure Jacksfilms also said he doesn't think she's necessarily scripting it either anymore. It's she has absolutely on some of them already seen it and is faking what's going to happen, even though she already knows.
There's a lot of examples of videos where she predicts what is going to happen and it happens exactly as she says. So that's what kind of seems scripted. I don't know. I think it's probably a mix, honestly. But regardless, Jacksfilms has been critiquing her and following it all, and pretty much that's been his entire personality and identity for the last 6 months. Mm-hmm. He's just basically become a Sniperwolf documentarian and keeping tabs on her and tweeting about it and trying to get people to, critique her as well.
Don't undersell his biggest move as well. He created a second channel, and all it does, and it's very, very popular for how new it is, all he does is watch the daily Sniperwolf video and tear it down and make fun of how bad she is at what she does. And that's it. Yeah, that's all he uploads on it.
If this was any other creator, if he was going after any other creator for their content each day, it would be kind of obsessive and weird, but because it's Sniperwolf and because she's doing reaction content, it is so hilarious and justified in my opinion. Anyway, so they've been feuding, and then this escalated to the point where in the last week, Sniperwolf showed up to Jacksfilms' house while he was streaming and streamed it or took a picture of it and showed it to her Instagram audience on her Instagram story, which is 5 million people large, basically fully doxing where he lives and his vulnerabilities to an audience of 5 million people just because of this internet beef, which is just so hilariously devoid of any kind of rationale or reason. And it is so out of left field. And he was on stream while it happened as well. And you can see the moment he receives a picture from a friend or something, or information from a friend where they're telling him that Sniperwolf is outside your house right now, streaming it to an audience of 5 million people. And he's just flabbergasted and shocked. That would be such a terrifying feeling, especially if you appreciate your privacy. But that's you're all caught up at this point. That's basically what happened.
Kaya, Charlie, did he miss any details?
Nope. Yeah. That's the whole thing.
Okay. No, I don't know. I only found out what a Sniperwolf is this morning. And then I found out that she's basically just a cash me outside girl. But somehow just even more annoying, I guess. So this is just an internet feud, and this trashy woman drove God knows how long to her internet feud rival's home to literally do the catch me outside, come outside and catch these hands.
Well, her thing was she wanted to talk, yeah.
Yeah, let's talk like adults, even though it's like so not an adult thing to drive across the state to show up at your opponent's house.
Yes. I just want to talk.
Fucking midnight.
Well, I did see tweets from her sister. I don't know if that's like, I don't know the veracity of any of this, but her sister said, "What's the matter? Does he not know how to fight?" Just trashy shit.
So wait, they wanted her to come outside and beat up this woman, basically.
Yeah, that would have been amazing.
Yeah. Well, they did the usual in the video that you're talking about, where he's getting told by his voice chats that she's outside. He says, "I'm not going out," which is the correct response to someone showing up to your home in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And like tweeting about you or Instagramming about you. The thing is that this is like weird, even if someone you knew and liked did this. Like, you know how annoyed you are when someone just shows up to your door unannounced, like, "Hey man, let's hang out." It's like, I had plans, not right now, dude.
You could have called, yeah.
Imagine if even like your coworker or something showed up in the middle of the night, sent you a photo of your home and said, "Come outside right now. Let's talk."
It has nothing to do with it being like Sniperwolf per se. It's just that whole sequence is very degenerate,
Yeah, the act that someone drove that far just to have beef with you on your lawn, it's such like Ethan Ralph behavior. Catch me outside girl behavior, just trashy. And you realize, this is par for the course for this person, because apparently she also has a criminal history of like domestic abuse and armed robbery for which she was booked at some point. So you go, okay, this is just...
Well, I don't know about domestic abuse,
sharing everywhere.
She had armed
Not domestic
robbery.
abuse, it was something.
Armed robbery?
Disorderly conduct fighting. Disorderly conduct fighting.
I mean, it's not too far. It's not too far of a stretch to imagine if she's got an armed robbery case or charge against her that she might have like other charges like domestic abuse or whatever. That usually points to like an unhinged individual.
Like what I'm trying to say is that in another timeline, she would have been on Dr. Phil, beefing with him instead.
Yeah. Instead, she's like world famous.
Yeah. Instead, somehow, I guess she found her way into YouTube's bosom, where I guess a lot of people are mad at YouTube now that she's not getting banned or that YouTube is promoting her at events or something.
Well, it started with the promotion. YouTube made a post saying like, Sniperwolf is our most dreamy creator ever. Where do you get your ideas, Sniperwolf? And that's where it all started, actually, for this whole thing.
Yeah, where do you get your ideas?
Yeah, she's just stealing other people's content.
Well, I did see that one. She also followed up that question by saying, "I get it from my fans," or something to that effect. Which, she doesn't get ideas from her fans. She blatantly takes her fans' ideas.
Well, wait. Is she so delusional that she thinks that the people she's stealing content from are her fans? And all content is just for her?
No, I assume it's just her simps sending her videos.
I think it's a canned
Sniperwolf reply.
Yeah,
please react to this.
Yeah, it's a canned response. Where do you get your ideas? Oh, my fans. I can't do it without my fans. It's all my fans supporting me. Like it doesn't mean anything on a surface level.
So I just looked at her YouTube channel. She's got 35 million subscribers.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
I did not know that she had 35 million subscribers. And her videos average like between 1 and 1.5, 2 million views. She's lazy though. She doesn't upload daily. She only uploads like once every 3-4 days.
And
it's like the easiest content ever.
And according to Social Blade, this scandal has in no way impacted her viewership in the slightest.
Of course not.
It's only growing.
The people watching reaction content don't fucking care if there's drama.
Yeah.
But it really might affect her if YouTube takes action, since they usually are very against doxing.
Yeah.
But do you think that they would fully ban Sniperwolf from the platform for this?
Never. Absolutely not. She's too big of a cash cow. She makes too much money for them.
She is their dreamiest creator at the end of the day.
I could foresee that they would ban her for like a month. And then
no shot it'd even be a month.
Probably a week, I guess. Yeah. And then
I could
they
see
go on like
week.
nothing happened.
Okay, how about this middle ground? To punish her, every time you watch one of her YouTube's videos, YouTube could put up a pop-up on the screen saying to disable your ad block to give her even more money.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't know if that's a coincidence.
Or what they could do to punish her is every time you watch her video, you get a pop-up with her address on it.
Karma, yeah.
Yeah, what goes around comes around.
Yeah.
Kai, I'm guessing that was your subtle lead into the uBlock YouTube war and all of that.
Yeah, I see a lot of people panicking about this. Everybody's sharing the same screenshot of that little pop-up that's basically, the same generic, hey, we notice you're using an ad block. That's not okay because, like, our journalists are starving. And, like, if you want to read this article, please disable it. And also, if you want to watch this YouTube, just to subscribe. Dude, why are you using ad block? And then it basically forces you to watch that pop-up just statically on the screen for 5 seconds, and then you click out of it. But I saw a lot of, I guess, like, people who aren't savvy with technology or have never had to deal with this before be like, oh no, like, is ad block getting finally rid of? Are we going to have to watch ads? And the answer is no. This whack-a-mole game has always been going on where, like, the ad blockers and the websites just have this arms race of who can block who. It'll be fine.
Let's talk about that because I think that arms race is fucking fascinating. So that is a normal occurrence where the ads on the websites go back and forth and it's like, oh, we found a new way to give you a pop-up, and then the ad blockers update and go, we blocked that too, and back and forth. But what's been happening lately is every day, and they do this like 4 times a day, Google will update their YouTube API to get around the ad blockers. But then within like the hour or 2 hours of that going up, the ad blockers will update and get around that API. And there are huge like back and forth threads now going, okay, we have this hash update from Google and now we're working on it with our team. If you don't see this hash as your update method, then you're out of date and you will see ads. Now you need to update to this and do this fix. And it's just now that YouTube is putting these pop-ups up, it's like literally every day there's new threads every hour going, we have a new update, go, go, go. I think it's fun. It's fascinating.
That's what YouTube wants, though. They just want to make the process of, enabling your ad block as laborious as possible so that you just stop using it.
Their goal, it's all war of attrition, and YouTube's goal is to just get people to concede to buying YouTube Premium. Like, that's what they want. That is their ultimate end goal.
I bought YouTube Premium like 2 years ago.
You pussy.
And I have not regretted my purchase. I haven't regretted it. I honestly haven't.
I can't have ad block on my phone. I listen to music.
I have ad block on my phone.
Exactly.
You do have ad block on your phone if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, but
most people don't.
It's just easier to pay them.
It is definitely easier. I will give you that. It's a bit of a hassle.
Like, from a value proposition, I watch so much YouTube, like YouTube essays or whatever, like long form videos and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I could like AdBlock works fine. I could totally use AdBlock.
Right.
But just paying I don't know how much it is, like $10 a month for what is essentially another Netflix subscription to content that I actually watch.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that. I am actually fine with that. And it is nice to know that some of that money does go to the creators as well.
It does? Oh, I guess from, their share of the
premium ads.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, I mean, YouTube Premium's not the worst thing. There's certainly
really
far worse subscriptions, so I'm not going to hate on making that decision, but...
Didn't they used to bundle it with like YouTube Music or something as well? Do they still do that?
They still do, I think, but no one... Well, I don't know. I'm not going to say no one. Yeah. I don't use YouTube Music, so I don't really get any value out of that.
I know there used to be Google Play Music, and that became YouTube Music after a few years.
Google's biggest fucking problem is just how many projects it spins up and then immediately cancels or rebrands or pivots from. They never stick with anything, and it's so annoying because I don't know what I'm actually buying anymore.
Right. But it's it's a bigger scale thing than it might see on the outset. I read a thing where someone made a really good point, and someone asked the question, why doesn't Google just remove these ad blockers from Chrome's store? The Chrome extensions. Why don't they block uBlock Origin or AdBlock Plus on Chrome? Just turn it off. And the response was, because then people will start using Firefox. They'll just leave.
True, yeah.
So it's becoming more and more widespread every day, where people just automatically slap on an ad blocker.
If our fucking lawmakers had any spine, they would make a constitutional amendment. This would be our 17th right or whatever. Our ability to block ads.
Mm-hmm.
It should be. We should always have that right.
No, that will never happen. Again, for the same reason that last week I told you, the same reason that doxing will never go away, because it is the backbone of the economy.
Democracy
is advertising. Maybe that too, yeah, but no, it will not go away. Advertising agencies having all of your data and selling your data around and selling you shits, that's genuinely, if you get rid of that, you might as well just get rid of everything.
How are they still selling information on us, though? Because I feel like everyone's got our information now.
Yeah, I feel like at this point we've reached maximum capacity. What else is there to possibly sell?
What other information could they get from me at this point?
Probably where you're standing right now, and then it's updated location.
Well, there's always new... Yeah, true, there is always new people. But the market's getting smaller, right? Because... there's not...
No, it's getting better. The advertising market is not shrinking whatsoever, and data...
I know the advertising market in general. I'm just talking about data harvesting.
They're hand in hand.
Yeah, I know. No, advertising is more than just data harvesting. The advertising industry is more than just data harvesting. I'm just talking about the data harvesting segment.
Yeah, but it's kind of like saying the cartel is more than selling drugs. Yes, technically correct. But you genuinely cannot untangle these two anymore. It's like two kraken fucking. We cannot get rid of it, unfortunately.
That was pretty cool.
All we can do is install our ad blocks and deal with it. And then Google proposed something like a tech layer in addition to their browser, which would basically be DRM for the entire internet, which immediately got panned by everyone in the tech sector. So they coyly said, oh, we're not actually suggesting this at all, you guys, but they're trying to do some shifty shit too. And I do remember that for a while they did ban AdBlock from the Google Play Store. You couldn't download it.
Oh. Let me ask you an interesting question to the whole class. When was the last time you guys tried using the internet without an ad block?
Are you insane?
Yeah, I know. When was the last time you took the condom off and just seen what it was like raw on the internet? How long ago would you say?
Oh,
years.
Yeah, once in a while, just out of curiosity. Because once in a while, again, it's just so... the other day I had genuine chimp outs. I don't get angry much, but once a year, something makes me so angry I start beating myself and screaming. And it usually happens...
That doesn't surprise me.
It usually happens when I have to buy airline tickets. I hate these fucking companies. They do not allow VPNs. You have to make an account. They do not even allow offshoot browsers or anything. You have to use Explorer or Edge or something, lest they give you just amorphous errors. And the annoying part is you'll fill out a 90-part field: passenger name, last name, social security number, asshole wrinkles, and you have to do this for every single person. And if you get a single error, a single field wrong, they wipe all of it, and you have to fill them all out again. And I had to do this over and over
so
6 times.
As well.
You know what a lot of airlines are also really great at? The whole time you're doing that, they have 900 extra pages going, by the way, real quick, just, do you want to upgrade to an extra bag?
Yes.
Please make sure you don't want to, because this is your last chance. And then you have 7 more pop-ups later on that tell you can do it.
If you accidentally click...
if you want to rent a fucking car or hotel, it's no, I don't need that when I'm going to visit family. Come on.
See, you could also just not fly, like me.
Fair, and then I'd have the car already. You might actually
I will say the last time I bought airline tickets, though, was super hassle-free, so I'm actually kind of surprised to hear that.
Who'd you fly with?
No, not for me.
Southwest.
Oh, really?
I actually have heard that they're pretty decent. Yeah.
Yeah, so the airline
the issue is you don't always have a choice. right? Because if you're like,
true.
depending on the route where you're trying to go, maybe you can't fly United or Southwest or whatever. You have to settle for American Airlines or whatever. And then American Airlines tells you, oh, your credit card was issued in Europe, so you have to go to a European website. And you go, why the fuck does American Airlines even operate in Europe? And then you go to the European website and the tickets cost twice as much because, of course, the Europeans want their goddamn tax from me. And also, all of my forms have been wiped out again, so I have to re-enter them now on a German website.
Yourself. Calm down, please.
I'm gonna chimp out again. I genuinely get angry. Table. I get so fucking angry at these goddamn airline companies. They're demonic. But my point was to return to Charlie's original question. Those are usually the services where I go, I'm not going to do any of my privacy shit. I'm going to use Internet Explorer or Edge or whatever and just do it by the books as hassle-free as possible. And it's still such an arduous pain in the ass.
So I actually just... like a week ago, probably, tried the internet without an ad block. And I just to try it, because it'd been so long, I was wondering what it looked like. So I went on just looking at news articles, no ad block, no nothing. It was unbelievably miserable.
Yep.
There's like actually 7 ads per page, and there's the autoplay ads that play on the bottom of every page you visit. And then after that, there's pop-up ads that'll start playing. It's so bad.
I believe it.
I don't know how the internet is usable without an ad block. I really don't.
Yeah.
It isn't. It isn't at all.
It's not designed to be usable. It's designed to be A
few months ago, I was testing a new kind of ad block thing, and I had to like see, okay, what does it look like without it? Now I'll turn it on and see what it does. And it's just, you can't even get to the content you want because the screen is just blocked by shit.
Yeah, no, you actually can't even get to where you want to go.
So what are you talking about, just Google index pages, or are you talking about the actual sites themselves? Like which part?
The actual
everything's
sites.
Ruined.
I'm talking about the sites.
Google results are also ruined.
Yeah.
Like even like everything is going to shit, man. Like even DuckDuckGo now, the first 2 results are fucking ads.
Yeah.
That you have to go out of your way to block.
That pisses me off too, because it roundaboutly just hits the same problem. So let's say you're running an ad block and you go on Google and you search for a website. Let's just say you search New York Times. So the first result will be NewYorkTimes.com, but it's an ad. It's a sponsored slot. So when you click it, it says, oh, webpage blocked because it's an ad, but that's the right result. So what do? Do you turn off your ad block to Google and then turn it back on when you get to the website? It's so stupid. Why does the New York Times need to sponsor their fucking spot at the top when that's what you're searching? And I know the answer is because all the other companies are sponsoring their spots to the top. But you would think Google would, for the first result or two, at least go, here's the exact thing you're looking for.
I've never understood how that works. If everyone can buy sponsorships for the top spot, how do they decide whose sponsorship is worth the most?
God only knows.
The top spot.
Well, no, it depends on the topic. And what companies like to do is they buy ad spots for relevant searches. So let's say you are looking for Godot game engine, right? That's your search query. Unity will buy ads to place their own game engine at the very top.
Yeah,
that's how it generally works. They just use us instead.
What if Godot also pays then?
Then they'll be the second or first result. I guess it depends on who's outbidding each other, and that's the fucking advertising industry for you.
Do you remember when Google?
The world, what a great.
Do you remember when Google made a pledge a long time ago, and they were like, "We want to keep our website clean and neat and usable, and so we promise to never put anything on the homepage of Google except for the search bar." And that's great, and they still do that. But boy, does that not apply when you use the search itself and actually start looking for things, because it's just a mess of garbage now.
But they make it super obvious which like links sponsors, and
it's not like deceptive.
It has the opposite effect on me. I just immediately just visually skip over the sponsored spots. So
that's the smartest thing to do, because a lot of them are actually viruses. So for a while on RuneScape, there's a service called RuneLite, and the first result when you look for it is the sponsored one, but that's actually a scam. So if you download that, you get a virus, and it's like that for a lot.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I doubt Google cares to check like.
No, they don't give a fuck at all.
No way. Or not.
They have zero reason to give a shit. Because they could just say it's your fault. You went to the wrong website. Click the wrong link.
Well, no, I mean,
plus
it's
all just automated.
Post.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we need an internet too. Let's just start again.
We do. It's called Web3, baby. Crypto. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Literally already ruined
crypto
before it began.
spam instead.
Yeah. I just want a nice, clean web experience. Can we do it?
Not anymore. The web's too large.
Yeah. What if we made the internet smaller?
God, I wish.
It actually is already too small. Like, it's just too centralized on, 5 different websites. Probably part of the issue.
Yeah, that is a huge part of the issue. It's because you have the internet controlled by like Google, Amazon, Facebook, Apple, Microsoft. This just monopoly of 5 companies. So when one company makes one unpopular decision, it affects so much of internet traffic. Google alone, again, the world's biggest search engine. When that search engine becomes shit, then guess what? The world's biggest search engine is shit now. Most people on Earth have a worse experience all of a sudden.
Okay. Here's an idea. Would you guys Would you guys pay for an internet premium? You pay an extra $10 a month to your ISP or something, and then all ads are blocked?
I'm already paying for my ISP.
But you get no ads now.
No.
You don't sound sure.
No.
I feel like the tools that people make that for free would be better. No,
the ISPs have made them illegal. You can't use them anymore in this world.
Oh, that's going to stop people on the internet. Oh, fuck yeah. They'll never do it again. I mean, the uBlock thing, to circle back for an example, this is only becoming a real big hoopla in the last week. Until then, for the last 10 years, 12 years, however long, uBlock has blocked the ads just fine. It hasn't been a problem.
Yeah, but maybe this is doomsday. Maybe they're scattering and they don't know what to do now.
The beginning of the end.
Yeah, maybe it is the beginning of the end.
Jesus.
Because maybe the advertising industry has finally hit a peak and it doesn't know where to go. It's not making more money anymore, especially after COVID. So maybe now they're scared and now they're investing all their resources into destroying ad blockers for good. Before we continue on talking about obnoxious ads online, let me tell you about Mint Mobile. They're anything but obnoxious. Trust me, they are fantastic. Mint Mobile is single-handedly solving inflation by hitting it where it hurts. Your bills. That's right, Mint Mobile cuts down your wireless bill to just $15 a month. By going online only and eliminating the traditional costs of retail, Mint Mobile passes significant savings on to you. All plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network, delivered straight to your palms in your mobile phone for just $15 a month. It really does cut down your bill so much when you get rid of all of the unnecessary additional charges these giant telco conglomerations pack onto their bills. Mint Mobile also makes it super easy to join up. You're able to use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan, and you get to keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts. So there's really no downside, there's only upsides, the main upside being, of course, that reduced bill at the end of every month. So you can get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped straight to your door for free. Go to mintmobile.com/official. That's mintmobile.com/official to cut your wireless bill to $15 a month. Again, that's mintmobile.com/official. That's mintmobile.com/official. Fellas, let me tell you what. Sleeping is the most important aspect of your life. It affects everything. And the simple fact of the matter is that Helix Sleep gives you the best sleep possible, and that's simply something you should not take for granted. There are seriously just so many different configurations of mattresses, especially Helix Sleep mattresses, that do different things and accommodate different bodies and sleeping types, that it can be super overwhelming to find the correct fit for you. Trust me, I've been there as well. There's so many buzzwords and different terminology that you need to know. It can get super overwhelming, but luckily Helix Sleep has a sleep quiz that you can do on their website that matches you up with the perfect sleeping partner. And I don't mean of the non-bed variety, I do mean of the mattress variety. They will pair you up with a mattress designed for your spine, for your sleeping type. It's simply the best and quickest way of determining what mattress would match you and your sleep the best. It is a fantastic tool. Even if you're not in the market currently for a mattress, I highly recommend going and taking the Helix Sleep Quiz, because just like astrology and stuff like that, it just you get to know yourself better at the end of the day, and that's a fantastic tool that they offer you over at Helix Sleep. And it should go without saying, but the Helix Sleep mattresses are extremely high quality and great mattresses to sleep on. They're modeled with memory foam layers to provide optimal pressure relief if you sleep on your side, and there's models with more responsive foam to cradle your body for essential support in stomach and back sleeping positions, and there's enhanced cooling features to keep you from overheating at night. So it'll definitely serve you in the long run to invest in a Helix Sleep mattress, and they're super affordable, and really you can't put a price on good sleep, but they make it so easy with their competitive pricing and their shipping process where they're delivered in a box straight to your door for free. It's so easy to set up. You'll be sleeping in no time. And they all come with 10 or 15-year warranty depending on the model. So you can rest easy at night knowing that you're sleeping on a Helix mattress. So you can go to helixsleep.com/official to get 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows as well for our listeners. Helix is offering 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for you guys. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now.
Here's what we need to do. I think we need interactive ads. We need to bring back what Microsoft was trying to patent with the Xbox Kinect, where when I'm watching Netflix or YouTube, an ad will play for Pepsi, and I have to physically stand up and raise my arms and say Pepsi before the ad will stop.
I think you're onto something.
Yeah, it's the only way.
It detects you're a Coke fan, or you've got a Coke on the fucking table and just fucking explodes. Doesn't know what to do.
Maybe we can use that for good, yeah. Like make the whole nation lose weight. When you're watching Netflix, you have to actually stand up and do some jumping jacks to skip the ads.
How does that help the advertisers, Kaya? You're being silly.
I know.
Focus on them.
No, it does help. It does help because people are lazy. They're not going to get up and do jumping jacks, so they'll watch the ad.
Oh, interesting.
That's true.
Yeah, Jackson, you don't live in America. You're not thinking like an American.
Oh, yeah,
you have to fund both sides of the war.
What you're saying is, if like, you know how YouTube has the ads that pop up and you've got to wait 5 seconds to skip them. Instead of giving you a timer, you got to get up and do 5 jumping jacks instead to skip it. You think people will just sit through the ad?
If that was the new policy, most people would just watch every single ad given to them.
Oh man, and you know what? I think you're right.
That's depressing. But
it's true.
Yeah.
Oh, and then they could sell like digital Ozempic where you inject it and you don't have to do the jumping jacks and you get to skip the ads.
And you pay for it.
New ad block.
Yeah.
Well, we could also, you guys are totally overlooking the potential of the Neuralink and its advertising capabilities. We're only just scratching the surface.
Oh, yeah. You're right. I could have ads on the go.
You could have ads every single second of every day.
Oh my God, that's so exciting.
Has anyone ever made an entire show within an ad?
But there's been ads that like continue on from one another, like
right. There are continuous ads, but I'm talking about what if you get an advertising slot and the slot is just the show?
Are you talking about literally every cartoon ever? Every cartoon series?
From the 80s, where it's like buy new Captain America cereal. Like I get that. But I'm saying like what if we go on YouTube and we buy an ad slot and so you upload a video to YouTube and it's nothing. It's like a black screen. But then when the ad plays before the video, that's your video.
That's the content?
Yeah, that's the content. It's a 15-minute long ad, but it's your video.
You could click the skip after 5 seconds.
It's somewhat reminiscent of what some gas stations do where they like play you ads when you're filling up your tank.
Oh God, yeah, that shit annoys me so much.
Wait, how's that the same though? That's just an ad. That's just like...
Well, yeah, but like your content is filling up your car.
Yeah. I hate that shit so much, man, because you pull up to the gas station, it's nice and like quiet. It's a gas station, and you're putting your stuff in, you hear the little beeps of the machine, and then as soon as you start pumping, check out these newest songs from Looper! It's like, it's always so fucking loud and distracting.
I've never experienced that. I think I visited a few gas stations when I was in America, making it sound like it was fucking Disneyland. But I think I did go to them.
They are a more recent thing. They are newer, but they're everywhere.
I do remember the gas stations in America took up like they were like enormous. They were so fucking large. I remember they're much smaller here. So that was the only difference I remember noting. I don't remember just advertisements screaming at me. But then again, I don't think I filled up a car. I just went to like.
It's not every gas station. It's just some of them.
Yeah. It's the more bigger chains, the more bigger gas stations that do it.
Yeah.
I like billboards still. It has not, ever since I came here, it has not gotten old. I don't know why. Every time I'm on the highway, I just look out for scumbag
billboards.
lawyer 47, sue your own mama for dropping you once as a baby. It's so fucking straight out of a Better Call Saul episode.
Yep. We get a lot of those puppies.
Jackson, related on that, Jackson, do you get commercials for medications and medicines in Australia?
No, I'm pretty sure it's illegal.
Yeah, that was
illegal here.
That was one I'd heard as well, where in America it's weird that we just advertise medicine on TV all the fucking time. That's apparently not a thing anywhere else.
I can't remember the last time I actually sat down and watched like free TV, like free to air TV, which is where all the advertisements are. So I'm not 100% sure, but I also think there's not that many lawyer ads here either. So it's
untapped market,
different.
You say?
Export lawyers from America, bring them over here. We need more lawyers.
Thinking about it.
Imagine if the Australians were like completely defenseless against the Saul Goodman. They just cannot win any case against him.
The good thing about Australia is there's no cases they ever take to court, even like fucking murders half the time.
No, we do. It's just like pretty lenient, usually.
Lenient is such a beautiful understatement.
Is that why Friendly Georgies is having such a hard time? Does he know that you can get an attorney? Or we should get him one.
Yeah. He's got an attorney. He's got a good one.
Is he American?
No, he's Australian.
Yeah, he's fucked. He's going to lose.
There's your issue.
He's still figuring out laws. He's trying to figure out what
he's reading Lawyers for Dummies.
He's not supposed to figure out laws. He's supposed to figure out loopholes. Idiot. Just see, the Australians just don't know the game.
Yeah, he's totally going to jail for 100 years.
We have one single courthouse that everyone has to go to.
It's a single file line outside.
One judge. And he passes it down to his kid.
He takes a lot of breaks, too. He has to pee a lot.
Just rubber stamping. Life in jail. I don't know. Community service. Go away.
Do you think we should have to elect our judges?
Yes, you guys in particular. I want to share this story since it's so related. I think about this all the fucking time now. This isn't necessarily Australia, but you're kind of like close neighbors. It was New Zealand.
No, we are so different to New Zealand.
No, you're not. Shut up.
We are.
Now when it comes to fucking justice.
This is just this is literally just like saying America is just like Mexico. You are so different. And we're the same.
Well, no, I'm talking about when it comes to justice. So basically,
all right, Canada, whatever. Continue.
So there was a New Zealand guy who had an instance of road rage at a dog walker. So he was driving his Tesla. This dog walker like got up in his face about how he was driving recklessly, and he got really upset. So he got out of his car, grabbed the katana from his back seat, and carved him the fuck up.
Holy
so
shit.
He slashed down. It had the scabbard on. But he hit him so hard that the scabbard flew off and it cut him from ear to chest. So it also sliced through his hand, which has now prevented him from working as an electrician ever again. And his punishment for this, he left him bleeding out in a ditch, and he would have died if his son wasn't nearby driving through. And his punishment that the judge ordered was 10 months house arrest and 100 hours community service.
That'll teach him.
That doesn't surprise me.
His wife and child were in the car too when he almost murdered this guy.
Wait, the perpetrator's wife and child?
Yes.
Well, that's probably why you got off so easy. The judge said, "Now I know this horrible thing happened in front of your wife and child, so we'll go easy on you."
we're giving you 10 months at home to make sure that you can solve them
to really
and
connect
sure
with your
right.
family again, to show that you love them.
Reading that had me fucking baffled. And it reminded me of in Australia, I've shared this on the podcast before, I'm pretty sure. There was this really rowdy neighbor who really hated his, like this, oh my God, this, what the fuck is it? A current affair. I covered it. It was like this other neighbor, they got into a dispute. They used to shoot water at each other with the hoses. And one night, things escalated where the guy went over and burnt his car to the fucking ground.
That's an escalation.
Yeah, so they caught it on camera, and his punishment was don't do that again. So they are still currently neighbors.
Did he do it again?
I mean, he's probably dead by now. I don't know.
But did he do it again? Did he burn the car down again?
No, that was the last time the car burnt down.
Well, there we go. Successful.
Okay, good rehabilitation.
The system works.
You can't argue with results. Now they're back to playing water fights in the yard instead.
Now I'm just remembering all of these fucking stories that I watched on A Current Affair with this.
Have you been watching A Current Affair still, or are you done with that?
Not recently. It's been a little while.
It's been like, I think you went through your Current Affair stage like 2 years ago. For people who don't know, A Current Affair is basically like investigative journalism.
Yeah, it's their TMZ.
Yeah, it's like the dumbest fucking shit. It's like
it's so good though.
It's neighbor disputes, and it's just like thinly veiled advertisement platform as well. Like they'll do entire segments on like Vegemite's got new packaging, and they'll like
it's fucking fire.
They'll like fluff it up as like actual investigative journalism, but it's actually just an advertisement.
They do have some real stories too, though. Like for every who put these worms in the warehouse story they cover, they have like 3 other real stories. So another one. There was a drunk driver who was on his way home and blasted a woman on the sidewalk of the neighborhood they live at. They're also neighbors. And I think she eventually was okay after numerous surgeries and everything. But the punishment for the drunk driver for doing that was don't do it again. So they are still neighbors and they still hate each other because of that.
I don't know why you're arguing with results. It clearly works. They wouldn't be doing it if it didn't work. What do you want them to do? Put them in jail with the Xboxes and the fucking flat screen TVs? It's more of a punishment to stay outside of the prison.
You're making a good point, yeah, I guess. It's just, I don't know, it just always had me fucking flabbergasted. And then there was one woman who did go to jail, well, was about to go to jail because her crime was she owned pepper spray.
Whoa. Hey, that's serious.
Oh, those I always love those in like Europe when a woman will defend herself from rape and she's the one who gets in trouble, not the rapist.
It's so insane.
Because he's just not the right color.
It's so weird.
Insane.
It is so weird. But we have that
in America too. It's like none of that is as bad as in America where whenever some lunatic kills someone, what is the story? Every time is like, oh yeah, 47 prior arrests.
Yeah.
It's like,
let out again.
That definitely happens here too. But in Australia, I just find like so often what will happen is an absolute nothing burger of a story.
I think it's just those time. I think it's just those stories naturally like rise to
float to
attention.
The top.
Yeah. I think there's still definitely a lot of like a majority of the cases do go correctly punished, but we definitely do have a more lenient punishment system.
Oh, like it's so lenient.
There's a lot of focus.
You could carve someone up on the side of the road with a katana and you are fine.
That's New Zealand, but yeah. More or less
the same thing, Jackson. God.
No, New Zealand is different.
Name one way.
That's so
quick.
That's so
one
offensive.
Way right now.
They have a whole different type of living.
Sure, yeah.
Different people. Different geography. Lord of the Rings was filmed there.
Yeah.
Cope.
Just making shit up.
People say New Zealand is such a nice place to live, and I think I believe them, but also
they don't say that about Australia at all. That's the funny part.
No, but like I find a lot of situations where New Zealanders like emigrate, I don't know which one, over to Australia. I think it's mostly for work reasons. Like there's just a lot more work opportunity here. But I feel like if New Zealand was as good a place to live in as they say, they'd probably stay. So I don't know. I don't know.
Well, the consensus on the internet is flipped for you too. New Zealand is like the most beautifulest fucking paradise of nature and Lord of the Rings.
It's super beautiful.
And then Australia is kill it with fire. Everything is going to kill you. It's so dangerous. You're going to die. It's the worst.
Yeah, I don't know how we can have that kind of stigma. Like every animal wants to kill you here, and then like a 2-hour flight away is like a literal paradise where snakes don't exist, spiders haven't been invented. I don't know how that happens. Like why don't spiders or snakes
spiders
live
can't
over
swim?
there?
Stupid.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Holy shit!
Spiders absolutely can swim.
Don't tell us
They're
that.
like all the little ones, I
Yeah,
guess. They can't just like stay on water tension, right?
You mean
Or
like
surface tension?
You mean like pond skippers?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what they're called. I'm not a fucking arachnologist or anything, but yeah, they definitely are.
I don't think those are spiders, pond skippers, or is it pond skimmers?
But like a 2-hour flight, is that how far New Zealand is from you, Australians? That would be a long swim for a snake.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not.
That would have to be a snake with a grudge.
Yeah, I just don't understand how we have like 100 different types of snakes that can kill you just by looking at you, and then there's like literally not a single snake, not even a friendly snake, on this place that's just 2 hours away.
Well, what I also find funny is that you guys have 2 trillion invasive and toxic species, but if somebody brings like the wrong kind of peanut butter with them in their luggage, you guys are like, no, this will wreck our ecosystem. Of what? Like fucking murder?
Wait, no, that's good.
Who cares?
No, we don't have invasive species because of those principles. I mean, we had the cane toads, but that changed our entire fucking like legal system. Basically, we stop everything from coming in now because of that.
Okay, invasive species was the wrong word, but what I'm saying is it's already like hell on earth with all the species there.
Seriously,
right?
not.
So might as well let in some new species.
The only thing you genuinely have to worry about over here is your neighbor setting your car on fire. And that hasn't happened to me yet, and probably won't. Like, I think people are the biggest threat. Animals are so not an issue over here. Like the spiders, I have a spider in my toilet, like my toilet room.
Oh, yes, the toilet spider.
Yeah, the toilet spider. That's the size of my
They're not
hand.
an issue here. I just have a spider in my toilet.
It's so weird that you guys don't, like, because it's just such a natural thing over here.
Everyone grew up there with a spider in their toilet.
Yeah, so when you say you have a spider in your toilet, do you, like, it's a resident there?
Yeah, like, well, it wouldn't be.
How
if I
big is
moved
it though?
It's like, it's a huntsman, so he's pretty large. He's like the size of my hand.
Oh my god!
Fucking disgusting. Jesus Christ, you make me sick.
He just hangs out in the top. No, spiders are great. He hangs out in the top left corner. They're not dangerous. They're not aggressive or anything.
So you have a pet.
Yeah, well, he eats flies and stuff. They're actually great. Spiders are the best. I never understood why spiders get so much hate. They genuinely just kill flies. They're natural fly repellent. They're not that creepy though.
Kill flies too. Who gives a shit? You can have both stances, like be racist against both bugs. It's not like people who hate spiders are like, oh, I love flies.
Spiders are genuinely nice. Like they're not aggressive. They don't chase after you.
There's different levels of it. They're like the Black Widow is like one of the most poisonous things, or not poisonous, one of the most venomous things there is, right? That shit can kill you so quick. Like they're not all sunshine and rainbows and only eats flies.
I differentiate between dangerous and aggressive. If they're dangerous but not aggressive, they're not an issue.
Okay, but what if they're just gross looking, Jackson? I don't want to go to the toilet in the
That's
middle
just
of the night and
stigma
see a
talking.
little nightmare.
It's not though. Matt has arachnophobia. He can't even look at spiders, or else he'll like puke and have nightmares for 5 days.
Yeah, well, you're not born with phobias, right?
No, I think you definitely are to a certain
extent.
I don't think you.
Yes, you are.
No, I don't think. How could you innately be born with a phobia? You need to have some kind of context.
What fear of heights is? That's literally an ingrained biological reaction given to you by evolution to avoid cliffs and not fall and die like an idiot.
I don't know. I thought it was like kind of learned.
I will play the middle. I think fetishes and phobias are very
okay.
I think they're very learned in the same way, where it's a combination of both. It's a natural inherent trigger to you as well as something that you learn from experience. They play with each other. They go back and forth.
I think you probably have like the susceptibility, like you're born with a susceptibility to certain phobias, but you still have to have the learned kind of.
There's got to be some level to start with that kicks it all off. Like let's say you have a phobia of deep water. so you're already going to be timid of it, a little reactionary to it, and then you go out in the water, maybe you tried as a kid or you're on a trip and you start drowning. You're like, oh, it made it worse. Now I hate the deep water even more. But if you're not afraid of the water, then having that experience most likely won't develop into a full phobia. You'll just go, oh my God, I almost died. That was scary. Okay, moving on with my life.
So I thought, I was under the assumption that phobias were learned, like you grow them basically through your own experiences or hearing about them during childhood or whatever.
That's because you've been subject for like 10 years of people screaming at you that like fill in the blank phobia is a social construct, fat phobia is a da-da-da. It's like, no, actually this is intuitively gross. And there is a reason why we find bugs intuitively gross, Jackson.
Yeah, no, I think that's possible to maybe have a biological aversion to certain things as humans, but wouldn't we all have this? Wouldn't we all have the same phobia then?
No, because that would be saying that people in general are the same. No, there's differences amongst everyone. Everyone has different tolerance levels, you know? Look at it like spicy food.
Jackson, would you be, if you went into your bathroom right now and there was a cockroach crawling on the wall, would you be like, oh yeah, hell yeah, oh, look at him?
No, I don't like cockroaches. I wouldn't be like,
why?
I wouldn't be screaming or like, you know, I wouldn't be like freaking out. I'd just let him exist, but I wouldn't like it.
Yeah, but you'd be grossed out. Wait, you would just let him exist?
Yeah, probably. I'd try to catch him and like release him outside. Yeah, no, I don't have like the gross. I mean, I kind of do with cockroaches. I don't know why.
Are you the guy from Men in Black? Are you secretly a cockroach? What's happening here? Why are you like so pro bug?
I just genuinely think most of them okay. Okay, I'll give you this one. I fucking hate centipedes with a passion.
Like, why?
Oh god.
It's the amount of legs and also they're super aggressive.
So almost like you were kind of just born with that innate liking of it? Or did you have an experience with it?
No, I've definitely had experiences with them. Like I had to know what I don't think you can be born with a phobia of. Okay, so I have a phobia of being shot. I don't like the idea of guns or being shot by guns. I don't think I was born with that fear.
It's not really a phobia. That's just a fear. A phobia is more of like an...
yeah, true.
I don't want to get stabbed. That's not a phobia. That's a justified fear, first of all.
It's a combination of both. Let's look at what I was saying earlier with spicy food. You know, a lot of people are born in cultures where they eat spicy food. So over time, they become immune to it. And they're like, oh, it's got to get hotter before I feel it. Oh, it's fine. It doesn't react. And then there's other people who they eat the lowest, most baby shit and they're like dying. But there's also people who don't really eat spicy food. But then when they do eat it, it's nothing. They're just born that way. They just have a high tolerance. So it can be both. It can be either way. You either grow up with it and learn it over time, or you're just born with that inherent fear response, that inherent phobia. I think it's both levels. I don't think it's one or the other.
Yeah, I think it's in the middle, like you're saying, yeah. But yeah, still, I don't find spiders gross at all or scary, and really the only insect that I feel that way towards is probably centipedes, and I don't know why. I think it's the amount of legs.
They're pretty yucky. Yeah,
they are.
It's the amount of legs and they have like, a lot of people don't know this, but they're actually venomous. They have giant mandible things like incisors that they
think people do.
Can
know
they harm people though with the venom?
Yeah, it can harm you. I don't know if it can kill you, but it can definitely cause you harm.
No, I hate centipedes even more now.
I thought it might have been the legs, but millipedes to me are fine, completely fine, and they have more legs.
It's the chunky body. Just look at that thing that somebody just posted, like the last
on
GIF.
the hand. That's a millipede.
Yeah.
See, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that one.
Why are you fine with that? They're both.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Centipedes, for some reason, just look more aggressive to me, or more angry, and they usually are. They are usually more
angry.
Aggressive. Yeah, they look like the things that maybe it was because when I was younger, I read a lot of like dinosaur or prehistoric research papers about how centipedes were absolutely enormous back in prehistoric times, or centipedes.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Progenitors.
That's disgusting.
Like absolutely enormous, and I think I was just picturing myself as the size of something small in the face.
I thought you were going to say you were picturing yourself as a centipede. Doing a little role playing.
I was picturing myself as the victim of a centipede and how terrifying that would be if something with that many legs started attacking you and it was enormous. Like that's the true fear.
Tell us more, Jackson. How does that make you feel?
Do you guys prefer centipedes or spiders then? Like where are you at?
Spiders 100%.
Spiders for sure.
Yeah, spiders for sure as well for me.
If a spider is really big, that's when I'm like, but like if around my house they're just normal size, then I don't mind them at all. They can hang out, do whatever they want.
Well, then we kind of agree, apart from the size.
Yeah, if you had regular old house spiders, I'd be like, okay, great. But like I looked up huntsman spiders; those things are fucking massive. Like I don't want that in my house. That's not okay.
I'm the opposite way. I don't.
They're really friendly.
Like I'll grant you that some of the like bigger, fuzzier spiders look cute. I guess like if they are the right color and they look like plush toys almost. It's like okay, they crawl on your hands.
Yeah, like little jumping spiders.
I don't know what they're called. Just like tarantulas, maybe could be an example. Like some of them look kind of sweet, I guess, and they don't hurt humans. But if I go in the bathroom and there's a spider, I'm kicking you out. I'm evicting you. Get lost.
Yeah, my girlfriend had a fear of spiders. Like I don't think it was arachnophobia, but definitely doesn't like spiders. Or didn't like spiders, but through exposure therapy and the spider in our toilet, I think she's finally coming around to them.
She finally just had to poop in front of a spider to feel better.
It's the great equalizer.
This is a slight tangent related to only spiders. 2 of the 4 boys on this show. Charlie, how do you feel about the lizards everywhere? Do they get in your house often?
No, they don't. And I don't mind lizards. I just don't like creatures where they shouldn't be.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like I don't mind lizards, but if they're in my house, it's like, come on, I didn't invite you in. It's like, get the fuck out.
I have a lot of reptiles where I live. Like there's geckos, there's lizards, there's all these things just everywhere where I am. And I think they're fantastic. I love seeing them. I'm like, oh, they're so fucking cute, and they're eating bugs, and you're the best.
Geckos are so cute. See, that's what I mean. You
you
like them eating flies and stuff.
But hang on, the instant one gets in my house, I'm just dedicated the entire night to getting it out. I can't have it there. I hate it. I hate that it's in my house.
I don't understand why that matters.
Because it's not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Who said?
Man, I don't want to accidentally step on it.
I've never felt more bad than when I accidentally killed a gecko in my house. Like I genuinely
What'd you do?
My entire night. So it was like a baby one, and it was in the tracks of my wardrobe door, basically like a sliding door, and I didn't see it. Oof. And I ran it over with the fucking door. I was like, it brought me to my knees.
That's fucked.
I may have told
I know. I didn't like it.
Yeah, that's terrible. I may have told this on the podcast before a long time ago, but I found out geckos can scream from a very similar story.
Don't tell me that.
So it lived. It lived. It was okay.
There's no way you heard the screams over your screams, Jackson, so don't worry.
Yeah, Andrew, the only thing worse you could have said then is I recently found out that geckos can feel extreme pain that we've never experienced before in our lives. Like their pain receptors go up to like 20 million.
I found out that geckos feel 50% more pain than any other animal. No,
I found out that the gecko Jackson killed had a whole family.
No.
So the gecko was fine. It was totally fine. It got away and ran off. It wasn't dead. It wasn't limping or anything. It looked fine. But I was pulling the groceries in when I lived with my parents one day, and there was a gecko on the wall. And I was just like, okay, cool. And I was walking in, and as I was closing the door behind me, and I was doing it very gently because I had stuff in my hands, but the gecko tried to come in the house, and it got pinched between the door frame. Like I closed it gently so I didn't like smush it or hit it, but it pinched, and it let out this tiny actual scream, and just like a little scream. And I went, oh God. And I opened it and it fell down and ran away. And I looked it up later that night and I learned geckos, when in danger, can just scream, just fucking scream. And I didn't know that.
It's not even a pain response. It is actually a defensive capability as well. Like if they're being,
well, it worked. I opened the door and let it go. I didn't kill it. Yeah.
If they're targeted by a predator in the wild, if running away isn't an option, they will just scream. They will just. It's like screaming for help.
Yeah, it really is. But
it's so cute. Geckos are so fucking cute.
I don't want them in my house, but I fucking love geckos. I think they're the coolest goddamn things.
So jealous because you guys get all the cool exports like animal. You just have a larger option of geckos. We have really beautiful native geckos over here, but again, because of the cane toes, we can't import things like leopard geckos, which are just so fucking cute. They are like the most ridiculously cute geckos. Like if you scroll up in our chat, the one from Joker, that's a leopard gecko. It's just so cute. I love them.
They're just cool animals.
Cute. Yeah. I do love lizards in general. I think lizards are great.
They're pretty sweet.
I just don't see why you would have an issue with them being in your home. If they stay out of the way and out of your door frames or whatever, I think it's fine.
Yeah, but how do you know that they're gonna? Especially when you have a baby. You had no issue with them being in your home, and then you fucking killed one on your train tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad used to, in our old house, he would find lizard corpses like behind our sofas. And he would be like, "Oh, look at that! It's a trophy." He would literally joke that. Yeah, he'd say, "A trophy! I won."
Maybe your dad was like a fucking psychopath gecko killer.
I might believe that because it happened pretty often.
Yeah,
but no, they were.
And he was the only one finding the bodies.
Yeah, but no, they were petrified, so they'd obviously been there for a while. And the whole point is I always thought, how fucking long has that dead thing just been in the couch or in the garage or wherever he found it, Right,
I thought you meant like petrified as in they had like a scared expression on their dead faces. Like they had seen true horror.
They saw the basilisk from the Chamber of Secrets.
They saw Jackson.
Oh,
yeah. All the gecko blood on my hands.
Yeah, but no, they were like stiff bodies, skeletons. And it's just, how long has that been there? Plus, animals are not clean. They poop. They do stuff that just you don't want in your house.
Well, they do say
that's the main concern.
They say that flies are like exceptionally clean because they're always cleaning themselves. I don't know if I believe that.
That's propaganda. There's no way.
Yeah.
It's also cockroaches you're thinking of. Cockroaches are alleged to clean themselves like 6 times if they touch a human.
I don't give a shit. I'm killing them on sight.
Yeah,
they're disgusted
terminate
by us.
On sight. I don't give a fuck how many people find them fascinating or what different varieties there are. I kill every fucking cockroach on sight. They can go to hell. Fuck them.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Is that like a learned thing? Like, why do we have such a bias against them?
Just how gross they are.
Yeah, they would carry
on this thing that like none of us are taught in school to hate them. Jackson, it's literally evolutionarily.
Well, I get no.
Your ancestors had to avoid nasty bugs to live.
It's because they carried like disease and other yucky stuff you don't want.
Yeah, I kind of get it from like a spider thing because they're venomous. Like I can kind of see the evolutionary need to be scared of them, but cockroaches, I guess, other than the disease thing.
But they look like they could be dangerous to you, so we've probably evolved to be wary of them.
They also show up they're also an indicator of a larger problem. Think about flies and cockroaches and all those little things. They live in dirty, clustered, terrible environments.
Like Jackson, maggots that grow in shit and corpses. We've just evolved to find that disgusting because it just represents death.
Yeah, I get maggots. I don't see cockroaches in the same places as maggots.
It's all the same. Just burn it all.
Take a shit on your floor and leave it there for a month, and you'll see. You'll be surprised.
Take a shit in a toilet, no one bats an eye. Take a shit on your floor, now you got maggots.
Well, Jackson wouldn't bat an eye because his toilet spider would eat it throughout the week.
Yeah, it's a snack for him.
Yeah, he loves it. He's like, "Thank you, Jackson, for this bounty."
Thank you, Jackson-san.
I shit a lot in that toilet. Never seen a single fly in there.
Why would you have a fly in your toilet?
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
In general.
I assume the spider's killing them all.
Oh, God. What is the worst animal got in your house story that you guys have? Any interesting ones?
No, there weren't really any bad ones.
Nothing I can think of.
I had a fucking giant wasp get in our house once.
Oh yeah.
And it was a real fucking like cat and mouse game of trying to get close enough to smack the shit out of it without letting it sting me. And it was fucking nightmarish. It was 20 minutes and just back and forth till I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've had that, but that's not like a crazy animal.
Yeah.
I suppose.
You could just open a window and eventually they found the way out.
Wasps are terrifying though. I hate wasps.
God. My skin crawls when I see them. Like, I'm not disgusted. I'm just like afraid. Yeah. I'm like, fuck this.
Afraid, and I instinctively hate them on sight.
Yes, I can't stand them either.
Because they're just
dicks.
Like a terrorist.
Yeah,
they're just all they care about is instilling fear.
Have you guys seen the videos of dudes who do wasp pest control and they just don't give a shit? They have no fear response anymore. So like I watched this one video where this dude gets a glass of water, an 8-ounce glass of water. And he goes, we got a small little nest here. It's probably got about like 12 wasps in it right now. And I don't really feel like dealing with it and letting it get bigger and really disposing of it. So I got it. And he just puts the glass of water up to it and holds it there until they all drown. And I just can't imagine ever doing that. That's so fucked.
I don't know if this is real or not because it was TikTok, but I saw a really interesting way of getting rid of wasp nests where you fill up like a glass with gasoline and then hold it up to the wasp nest, and the fumes kill them, so they just start all dropping dead in the gas.
Huh.
Yeah, I can definitely see that working.
It was crazy. Like, it worked instantly too.
Holy shit!
One of the most effective ways of dealing with wasps is just smoking them out.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's like real or not, but it was very interesting.
It's so funny that we are so tangentially related to one of the cutest and most helpful animals as well, with bees. They're so similar. But one of them is like the most great, environmentally friendly, you love them, you want them around type thing. And then the other is, if you see them, they must die. You don't want them anywhere near you.
You said it as a joke before,
bees
but
are so cute and chill.
Fucking love bees. They're the best.
Wasps are genuinely just bee terrorists. Like, they go out of their way to fuck up bees just constantly.
They really are.
So they destroy things without reason. Yeah. I know that there are some wasps that pollinate, though, so they're not, like, all bad, I guess.
Oh, okay. Now you're saying not all terrorists are bad.
I think we should just issue the master race on wasps. Bees and wasps. For every wasp we find, we should replace it with one bee and just kill the wasp, and the world would absolutely be better.
I was gonna ask something, like, when I was little, all of my friends would constantly get stung by bees. And now I'm thinking, like, were they actually get stung by bees or were they getting stung by wasps?
No, I've
and then, they cooked the books.
I've absolutely been stung by bees before, but it is like universally always been my fault. Yeah, it's always been my fault for being in that position.
Because they die.
Yeah.
When they sting you, they die. They're not trying to sacrifice themselves.
Yeah. They're so cute as well. Oh, man.
Whereas a wasp can just sting and sting and sting and bite, and they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they do it for fun.
They do.
Especially when bees are in their happy zone. I was at a pumpkin patch last weekend, and there was a flower field with bumblebees flying around, and they literally just let me pet them. Basically, I would just touch their fuzzy butts, and they didn't give a fuck.
Let me just point that out to all of the detractors that always say Kai is such a grumpy old fucking fart boomer, just miserable piece of shit. He just said last week he was at a fucking pumpkin patch.
Pumpkin patch petting bees.
Well, he didn't mention that first he was on the ground picking up the centipedes and peeling their legs off one by one, and then he needed to de-stress.
Like, come on, it's just...
I would never touch a centipede.
That is a lovely story, though. You should, like, Photoshop that or make it with AI and use it as your profile picture.
Aww.
Yeah, that is so cute.
Have you guys heard of or seen Japanese bug fighting?
Yeah, of course.
Pretty common thing around the internet. There was one of them I watched.
That sounds mean.
Oh, it's super mean, but again, fuck bugs. I don't care. And neither does all of Japan, apparently, because they just love it. There was one that I watched. It was what's the bug with the, like, two pincers at the front horizontal that it climps together, like Pinsir from Pokemon? What is that?
Hercules?
It might have been a Hercules beetle. I think it's Hercules beetle. Rhinoceros. One of those. It's one of those. I think it might have been Hercules. But it was that versus a giant Japanese wasp. And those things are like the size of a human hand. They're massive. They are huge wasps. And one of the most satisfying things I'd ever fucking seen was the beetle got it between its pincers and snipped it in half. Straight at its waist. Just completely bisected it.
That's a Pacific Rim stuff.
Yeah, and I felt so good. I was like, take that, Wasp, you fucking idiot. You deserve that. Fuck you. It was like a perfect anime cut right down the middle. It was the best.
Did he get to retire after that battle? Or is it
he probably died in the next one.
I'm pretty sure he died of his injuries.
I was going to say, is it like a thing where these insects always have to eventually die?
I'm pretty sure that most of the time both of the competitors die because like they put like venomous stuff in the same tank and they're ripping each other apart, so they just let them go.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Isn't there a whole series on YouTube where some Russian guy is narrating like bug fights? Like it'll be a praying mantis versus a scorpion or something.
But it's like documentary footage?
No, they literally just put him in a fucking octagon and the Russian guy narrates them fighting.
That sounds awesome.
I don't know what it would be called though.
It's always been, I mean, I get it. We're harping on this, well, I'm harping on this point, but it has always been funny to me that we give some animals like rights and our attention. And then other animals, we're totally fine with just letting them fight to the fucking death in a death pit, and we
had like a whole episode on it. Yeah, I think though that the consensus is fuck insects. Like most cultures really don't care about insects
and fish for some reason.
Fish too, yeah,
because they're ugly. Okay, lookism is a thing. Once for the millionth time, pretty animals that look cute, just we leave them alone generally. This is also why I think that people who run dogfighting rings should be executed on the spot. Immediately, killed. Because how soulless do you have to be to like torture puppies like that?
And that's a good counter argument because let's flip the script. Imagine if you had dogs that were all the same traits. They were loyal, they were smart, they could do tricks, they could work as service, they could do everything a dog still did, but they were ugly. They were unappealing and weird to look at. Do you think people would still give as much of a shit about them?
Well, there's definitely ugly dogs.
No, there's not. Don't you ever say that again.
Wait, have you seen those like the small ones that look like old Chinese dudes?
Charlie just proved that point. Even the ugliest dogs are still cute to people.
No, I don't think
so.
There is no such thing as an ugly dog.
Exactly, because there are ugly
they have those
dogs,
super
but they're
fucked
still
up looking
cute.
Pitbull dogs that just are completely malformed because people want to breed them into just the most mutated, tumor-looking beasts. But yeah, you still don't wish them harm or want to see them die.
No, I don't want to see them die.
But when it's bugs, you go, yeah, fuck you.
Imagine if instead of dogs, we had centipedes. We had giant centipedes that were all the same. They were loyal, they were smart, they did all the things a dog could do, and they were probably like the size of like smaller dogs. Do you think people would still really like them? Or would they go, ugh, oh, you have one of those? No. Oh, God.
Yeah, I would judge you. Go away.
Yeah.
But what if we, over generations, because we associated the centipedes now with loyalty, friendliness, and hopefulness, we started to appreciate and like find them cute? Eventually, it'd be a slow, gradual burn. I think it would be a slow, gradual burn.
Wouldn't our babies have to start looking like them though? Because isn't the theory that like babies have big round eyes proportionally to their head, which is why we find puppies and kittens also cute?
And it's also the inverse with dogs. Part of the reason that we empathize with dogs and find them cute is it's like they can mimic our facial expressions or recognize them and react accordingly, something similar to that. Yeah. But the idea is they literally inherit our emotions, so we project our emotions onto them.
It's an easy fix though.
That's so cute.
We can tape giant googly eyes onto the centipedes. It's the same effect.
Or we could tape giant centipedes to dogs and see if we still find them cute.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like Joseph Mengele experiments, like take the dog's arms off and replace them with centipede legs.
Yeah, that sounds awesome, actually.
Karen and I were talking about this the other day. The Pitbull epidemic. I think I've come up with a solution that'll make everyone happy. I think Pitbulls can't exist anymore. I think they're just too dangerous. They're
totally agree.
Inherently dangerous breed.
100%.
Terrible breed. Made for death, basically. But also, I don't feel good about just putting down Pitbulls, just like killing them off, basically.
Can I offer you a solution, Jackson? That's a recent
that's what Jackson's doing.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No. But give me your solution. We might be on the same page.
I'm a big fan of toad breeds. I love them because they just turn them into these dopey little stupid idiots.
How do you do that? Just like breed them with another dog?
So a toad breed is it's a new kind of pit bull that's becoming popular, and they basically turn them into toads. They make them short and stubby and dumb and fat. And I don't know. I just feel like it would make them far less effective at killing people.
Yeah.
They're the dumbest looking beasts. Anyway, Jackson, go.
My solution was to, all right, so we put a full ban on breeding them. They're not allowed to procreate anymore. They're not allowed to breed. The government takes every one of them, neuters them, and gives them back to responsible owners as long as they're neutered. They're not allowed to be with anyone if they're not neutered. And then all of the unneutered ones go into a giant pit bull preservation area. Just like we fence off a giant area, put them all in there, and just wait for them to die off.
Wow, what an incredible solution.
Would that I'm so glad I interrupted you.
That would work, though. That would work.
It's no different than just killing them all,
That's
Jackson.
just
You're
eugenics.
just doing it slowly.
Imagine if we rounded up all of something until they died up. Like, no shit. That's what's going to happen.
But that's the point, though. That's the point. We want them to die out.
He doesn't want the breed to
Pitbulls.
exist. He just doesn't want to kill them.
Yeah, I don't want to directly kill them. To
they
let
can
them live
go
a
around
happy
frolicking in the preserve, attacking each other and tearing each other to shreds because that's their natural instinct.
Yeah,
that's what's going to happen.
I don't want that. Maybe section them off.
It'd be more effective to just breed out that trait.
Yeah. Just
I
breed
suppose,
them
but
with better breeds.
To me, that still gives the risk of like creating more of them, I guess. Like if
so, I mean, you can make that same argument for German Shepherds and every other aggressive dog as well, but you can breed out those certain traits.
Well, German Shepherds are super trainable, though. There's a reason they're used as police dogs. Like pit bulls specifically, the problem is that they're just. Did you guys know? I didn't know this, but well, there's a subreddit called Banned Pit Bulls or something.
Yeah,
I think that's literally what it's called. And I didn't know this, but pit bull owners will literally put their dogs on tranquilizers just throughout their lives, just so they can go through the day without like chopping a baby's head off.
Yeah.
And the stories are always the same too. It'll be some fucking woman on Facebook going, "Oh, we just found Slasher at the animal compound and we just adopted him. He's my little pity baby. He would never hurt anyone. He's such a little sweet angel." And then 2 weeks later, the follow-up post, "So just y'all know, I'm at the hospital getting my wounds stitched and we had to put Slasher down." It's like, Jesus fucking, of course.
Yeah.
Every time. And just endless amounts of videos of these fucking things chasing cats and strollers.
Did you see the recent video of the guy parasailing or whatever across
That's not a recent video.
Yeah.
It's years old.
Okay, well, still.
Nonetheless.
And the thing that makes pit bulls so dangerous, when we talked about this on, I think, our bonus, is they do not let go when they bite. So there's a myth that they lock their jaw. That's not true. But they do have a huge bite force, and they just do not let go. They instinctively, when they bite, and they don't stop. Whereas a lot of other breeds, if you fight them or fight them off or whatever, they eventually like stop. They're defensive. So there's a video, I think it's in like Thailand, of two dogs in a fight, and one of them's a pit bull, and the pit bull's got the other dog bit, and its owner picks up a giant stick, like twice his height. It's like an anime sword. And he is just full force lifting it up and slamming it on the back of this pit bull's head. And it does not let go even as it's knocked unconscious. Like that's the problem with pit bulls.
Dude, they are insane.
They are ridiculously tanky.
I think they are actually illegal here.
The UK tried that recently. Rishi Sunak came out and said, we're banning what is this breed called? The American Bully XL. They always give them the gayest names too. Again, just like sounds like a fucking gay porn star. The American Bully XL. And he said, okay, these things are going around biting babies. Like we can't have this shit on our islands. And all the fucking owners came out in protest again. Just completely butthurt that their little fucking killing machines aren't. The rest of us don't see the cuteness in their pity puppies that go around murdering cats. Yeah. The owners are just so fucking trashy and stupid too.
Because it's just not every single animal that does that.
But pit bulls instinctively
I know, but
do that.
it's just such a higher. It's such a high percentage. Like whenever you tell one of these owners that like almost all dog murder and like killings committed by dogs are pit bulls, they just look at you dumbfounded and give you the old, "Oh, it's not the dog, it's the owner." Well, you loved it. How come it bit you?
Yeah, and it's also instinctive in pit bulls. If you look at puppy raising farms or whatever they're called, if you look at golden retrievers or dachshunds or any other breed of puppy, they run around, they play, they do all this stuff. But if you look at pit bull breeding grounds, they are literally biting and nipping at each other when they play, and it's not playful. They will literally like pinch each other's skin with their mouths and just not let go. It's instinctual in them.
And I also don't believe the owner excuse either. Like, okay, first of all, you're all trashy pieces of shit. But also, if you gave a trashy owner a golden retriever, that thing is still 10 times out of 10, it is not going to suddenly, out of nowhere, attack a stroller. It's never going to happen.
How many times has a child been killed by a golden retriever? I'd bet it's shockingly low compared to a lot of other breeds.
Well, someone just posted the amount of deaths for animals. Number 1 is Pitbull, obviously 295, and then 295 deaths, and then number 2 is Rottweilers with 8 deaths.
Rottweilers are another huge aggressive breed. Yeah. Oh, with 8.
I like how the second place is like so far behind, it's not even close.
Where's golden retrievers? Because according to this, it's 12.
I don't know.
It's still less than 200
like
something.
Oh, it definitely
since
is.
the invention of golden retrievers.
I don't know the timetable. I have no idea.
They measured it since 40,000 BC.
I know it's like you want to be ethical, or you want to be like optimistic and say not all pit bulls or whatever. Like you don't want to believe that this entire breed of animals is capable of this, and they should all be afforded the chance to live. But at some point, you have to look at the statistics, and you have to look at the science, and you have to look at what actually happens and how much risk there is with pit bulls, and you just have to draw a line in the sand and say that there is an issue here.
If you want a more extreme example, you can look at a house cat and you can look at a tiger. Yeah. You know, the tiger might be friendly, and not all tigers, but it has the capability far more than the house cat to do damage. Not all tigers,
It's just the risk assessments. Like, if I took in a golden retriever in my household when I have like 2 toddlers, I guess there might be a non-zero chance that it'll bite them at some point and kill them, but it's pretty damn close to 0. Whereas if I take in a pit bull, it's much higher. It's a much higher chance, and at that point, what is your math here? Like, how much of a risk is it worth in comparison to your actual human babies?
I don't like designer dog breeds at all. I'm also really, really against pugs and other breeds like that. I fucking hate them. They should not exist. But I'm a fan of toad line breed pit bulls because people are going to do it anyway. They're going to make designer dogs. They're going to run puppy mills. They're going to do it anyway. At least do one that just neutralizes pit bulls, just makes them worthless. Like, that's fine.
I still think my idea is the way to go, but okay, we can do toad line first.
Well, optimally, pit bulls are phased out. Yes, but that's not going to happen.
We both have the same intention.
As long as the culture around pit bulls is owning a pit bull makes me tough. It makes me look cool. It's never going to go away, because there's tons of people who buy it because they're like, I want a big, strong dog that people won't fuck with me now that I have it.
Just come out and say you want a dog that kills babies.
Just buy a gun. That's what you really want. You want to look tough and intimidating and have people not fuck with you. Buy a gun. That's the same thing. There you go.
Like a German Shepherd or any other kind of like protective dog is still going to protect your property. It's just not going to go out of its way to kill.
They're probably going to do it way better. If you get a Doberman or a German Shepherd, you can probably train the shit out of it way better than you could a pit bull.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I told you again, they have to literally put these things on like heavy duty tranquilizers.
Yeah.
A couple, like 700 milligrams of, what is that? Okay, I should have not tried to pronounce anything. A point is like if you have to literally drug your dog so it doesn't wig out, you have an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're on the normal, again, normal dog. You know when you drug them is when they get so excited that you come home, they literally wag their tail too hard that it breaks and they pee themselves in just fucking excitement. That's like when you go, okay, maybe we should give it some like anti-anxiety meds or something. Your vets might recommend something. But no, with pit bulls, it's literally, yeah, we need to like numb this thing so it doesn't have the urge to murder constantly.
What do you think should happen, Charlie?
Just breed it out. You absolutely could. Or if you're not going to do that, make sure every pit bull owner has like a license to own it. I really do think there's a huge argument. Yeah, I don't think it should be a breed everyone has access to. Only like the most experienced dog owners.
Convict them of murder, bro.
That is smart as well. Yeah, there should be more regulation on dogs.
If your pit bull kills someone, you should argue that it should be a murder charge for the owner, honestly.
Yeah. Or manslaughter at the very least.
Yeah, manslaughter. Like, yeah, it is essentially a weapon.
Yeah.
I don't think pit bulls need to go extinct like Jackson's proposing in isolation or whatever. I just really do think there's so much you could do with healthier breeding as well as just regulation.
But if you're going to breed them out of existence into something different, it's the same thing.
I'm not breeding them out of existence. You just breed different traits. Like, for example, Kata is a lot of her genetic makeup is pit bull. And she is the friendliest dog I've ever met in my life.
She's not a pit bull anymore.
She's not a full pit bull, but she is mostly pit bull with other things in there.
So yeah, I'm okay with that. It's just like
there are two wolves inside her.
Literally, the issue that I take with your proposed method is it feels better, but at the same time, it still opens us up to pit bulls still existing in some capacity, which brings with it the risk that
with your solution as well, there's still going to be underground pit bull breeding. That's always going to be a thing.
Yeah. No, I think at the bare minimum, like the idea of making it illegal for people other than people with like licenses to own them, they can demonstrate that they can own them properly.
But we're back. See, that just goes back to you can't stop people from getting what they want. You know, you censor the internet, people use a VPN. You ban guns, people sell them on the black market. You outlaw drugs, people still do all that stuff. That's why I think the ultimate, only realistic solution is we got to support them toad lines, baby. We got to get toad line pit bulls in every pit bull.
There's going to be no solution then. There's going to be no solution
there
then because people are going to want
to be honest. There really isn't, unless the government cracks down on them.
Yeah, I want them to go door to door to put them in my reserve.
There you go.
How can you license? How can you tell apart? Again, you're going back to the good owner arguments. How are you going to give out these licenses or certifications? Even with perfect quote-unquote training and even under ideal conditions, these things just wig out. And go on a murder spree. Like, it's not like a gun. A gun doesn't shoot itself.
Exactly. I think I brought it up on the bonus when we talked about this, but our friend of the podcast, Zach, Psychic Pebbles, brought up a quote about pit bulls. I quote all the time. And it's, a gun doesn't fire itself, but a pit bull can get stressed. It can get agitated. It could have a bad day. And you can't control that. You could be the perfect owner, but something could happen. You could be in the park and another dog could run up off leash and annoy the shit out of it. And then, well, that dog is dead. There's nothing you can do about that.
I think if guns could kill people on their own, if like a gun had a bad day and a gun got stressed out and started shooting people just by itself, I think we would all collectively agree to put them in my reserve and incinerate.
Come down to Jackson's world of guns and pit bulls.
I like that idea.
I would go there. That sounds awesome, but only if you have really, really tall fences.
Yeah, let's mount guns on pit bulls.
Yeah.
Can we just save them for war? Just keep them in like a military base and next time we're at war with the country, airdrop them into that country.
See, but then we just use police dogs, and we use them because they can be trained rigorously. Yeah. You can have a German Shepherd fucking do calculus if you work with it enough. But you can't have that with a pit bull. They're not the same.
Yeah, but a German Shepherd's soul is worth something.
Dude, I love German Shepherds, man. I think they're so cool.
Same. Again, like, I don't like the idea of pit bulls dying. I don't like the idea of pit bulls going extinct or anything. It's just purely a risk thing where they're obviously a more dangerous breed. They're a more dangerous species. Then something needs to change.
Put them in a zoo then. We could demonstrate them in the zoo.
You see the stats. It's conserve them, I guess. Put them.
We should treat them like pandas. We should keep maybe like 12 left on Earth to look at and study, and keep them there just to go. Oh yeah, that's a pit bull. We have one. But beyond that, that's all you get. Fuck them.
They're gonna, just like how with the pandas, the Chinese scientists just keep trying to make them fuck. You're gonna have them like trying to make them not kill,
and they keep selling them to other countries. They, like, imagine if fucking like South Korea was like, we're very proud to announce we finally have a pit bull. We've negotiated with China, with America. We own our own pit bull here on display at the South Korean Zoo.
Fucking breaks out and kills 10 people. And then, now we're at war with China.
At the press conference, is eating a child and everyone claps.
It's so fucking dumb. All right. Do you guys want to wrap?
Yeah, I'm ready to wrap.
Yes.
All right, someone else do the outro this time. I've done it for the last 30 episodes.
Jackson, for doing all of our outros. I really appreciate it. Before you do the proper outro, because you're going to do it, I wanted to make sure we all remembered that we are on a new YouTube channel. I want to announce this for a good while now, just to make sure everyone is fucking aware that no, the show is not over. If you listen on YouTube or any of that, go to Jackson. What's the name?
The official YT channel.
That's right. The official YT channel is where we are posting the show on YouTube. We also have clips and other content just for you, just for free. But everything else, same. Show's still the same. It's just on a new home on YouTube. Now do the outro, Jackson. I can't do it for real. It's not right.
There'll be a link in the description for what Andrew was just talking about. You can also support us over on patreon.com/theofficialpodcast for bonus episodes, 2 a month. We had a great bonus last night. That was a lot of fun last night.
It was a very good bonus.
Yeah, great bonus. So go check it out. A lot of them. And yeah, just support the channel. We really appreciate it. We appreciate all the support and the friendly comments and the ratings and all that stuff. Rate us on Spotify. Yeah, you know the deal. All right. That's it for this week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.